I'm Debbie.
And I'm Allison.
And we're the Poltergals.
Spooky. Okay, and what a great start.
Hi.
Hi. Oh no.
Hi, I'm Debbie.
And I'm Allison.
And we're the
Poltergals.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Poltergals. I'm your host, Debbie. Over here's Allison, as we've already established. I got a haircut, in case you guys didn't notice.
It's beautiful.
Allison didn't even say anything, so what a friend.
Listen, I was so mesmerized by the beauty that I just couldn't. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So chill.
That's fair. That's fair. That's
trying
fine.
to save it for the show.
Okay, I got you. I got you. But I got a haircut, so I have like a whole new personality. Basically. Just kidding. But anyway, so let's get into it. So this episode we're gonna be talking about the how does it go? La.
This is another episode of Dad Don't Watch.
Dad Don't Watch, because Allison can't pronounce anything that's Spanish. So this is La Recoleta Cemetery.
Yep.
Does that mean like recollection? Maybe it's like memories. So
no idea.
What is it? One of those words that's like in Spanish that sounds like what it sounds like in English.
My brain process was la relocate.
But yeah, so we're gonna be talking about La Recoleta Cemetery in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Oh
Yeah. So now that we know what we're gonna be talking about, it's time for Allison to get into the history, or should I say herstory? Am I right?
Aren't you so funny?
I'm a jokester. I'm a dad joker. I just listen. Dad bods, dad jokes. Kind of goes together.
But you can't be a dad, though.
I can't be a dad.
I mean, I guess you could.
Why not?
As long as
you're telling me my lifelong dreams of being a dad are dashed.
As long as your husband. I mean, I guess he could identify as the dad.
Yeah.
But
gender is a spectrum and sexuality is a spectrum. The dad and mom spectrum. Listen.
In that case, I identify as a dinosaur.
There you go. That's fair. Listen, you can be whatever you want to be. You could even be a ghost if you want to be.
As long as it's a polterpal.
As long as you're a polterpal, that's all that matters in our heart. Join our Patreon. This is actually just an ad. Just kidding.
Boy, oh boy, these episodes are they're just going downhill.
Listen, or should we say going uphill, am I right?
Oh.
Both ways in snow and rain.
Oh no.
Anyway, sorry about that tangent. Please forgive me. Lord, please forgive me for I have sinned. How does it go?
With the Father, the Son, and the Holy. It's the Father, the Son.
Wait.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
There you go. Yeah.
Man,
Allison, I'm a little scared. What's gonna happen?
11 years of my life, and I don't remember that. Yikes.
Okay, but anyway, back to Buenos Aires.
Of religion.
Mm-hmm.
The Franciscan with the Francis monks, the French monks. Yeah, those people.
Yeah. I don't think they're French monks in Buenos Aires, but they're Franciscan.
Yeah.
Franciscan monks.
Yeah. They arrived in this area. Then on the outskirts of Buenos
Aires. It's a location.
Apparently, we remember Bruno. We remember Bruno very well.
Bruno. We don't talk about Bueno. Ooh, we should have had Taco Bueno on this episode. We could have been sponsored for Buenos Aires and Taco Bueno.
I don't think those correlate, but
well, never mind. JK.
So these lovely monks came in the early 18th century, and the cemetery is built around the church.
Wow.
The order, meaning the monks,
Mm-hmm.
was disbanded in 1822, but the cemetery was converted into the first public cemetery.
Wow.
The cemetery was opened to the public in 1822 by the local government as a ploy to remove political power from the Catholic Church in Argentina.
Wow. Remove that power. Disband those monks. Publicize that cemetery.
Oh no.
Check.
Oh no. Poor monks.
Mm-hmm.
So they seized the land from the
Recoletos.
Yeah.
Why do I, the white person, have to say all the Spanish words? I'm sure somehow this is role reversed.
I blame my mom and my dad.
Mom and dad, if you're out there.
This is all your fault, Dad. Y'all are fluent in Spanish and I know nothing.
That's all right. Listen, we're just here for a good time. We're here for a good time, not a long time.
I hope I'm here for a long time.
Because you're going to haunt me?
Yes.
Just silently whispers. Yes. But anyway, Recoletes or Recoletas. That is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know.
They seized the land from the Recoletos.
Yeah, those people.
Mm-hmm.
And the order of the monks who owned it at the time and who used one of the back gardens as the cemetery. The original cemetery went from being a cemetery centered on the clergy. I hope I pronounced that right. Clergy.
I think it's just supposed to be clergy.
Clergy. Too many words, okay? and those close to the Catholic Church to being public, still Catholic for many years.
Mm-hmm.
The first public burial was of a freed slave who died at the age of 15.
Aww.
Followed by an unmarried woman.
A teen ghost. A teen ghost?
Teen ghost?
Yeah, just like our Patreon. A teen ghost.
If you would like to join this lovely teen ghost, go join our Patreon.
Yeah.
Where you can maybe find him.
Yeah. I'm just coughing and laughing. Don't mind me over here. But anyway, continue.
What do we call teen I think
it's just teen ghosts. We call them we have names for like kid ghosts, but we don't have names for
Billy
teen ghosts.
and Sally.
I don't know. I feel like teenagers are like, do they deserve a name? Is that mean?
I guess not, because if you think about it, do our parents ever use our actual names when we were teenagers?
No, they just call you like jerk face and square head and box face and say shut up.
Devil.
Yeah.
Have you seen there's this one TikTok that it's like 90s, like 80s kids.
Mm-hmm.
You're an angel. I love you. And then the 90s kids, pick up your shoes. Your shoes don't go there. He walks away. Devil. That's how I feel like we'd call the teenagers. Devil.
We're just gonna call them teen spirits. We could call them we can name them after Nirvana. So we can call one Kurt Cobain. We can we'll just name them after Teen Spirit, Nirvana band members.
Even
no,
better.
Okay. Anyway.
So, after the teenager was an unmarried woman,
Ooh.
neither of whom presumably would have qualified for burial there under their original ownership.
Wow. Because they weren't members of the church. Because one was a freed slave and an unmarried woman. And you know how they feel about both those marginalized groups of people.
Hi. Polter Pope. Change it.
Yeah, Polter Pope. Do better.
So this remained Catholic until 1868 when the then president of the Republic,
Mitre.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
The Mitre.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mitre.
Mitre.
The Mitre.
Or in Texas, the Mitre.
That sounds better. So he opened it up to other religions.
There we go.
And the layout that is seen today was designed by a French engineer called Prospero Catalin.
Well, it's French, so it's Prospero Catalin. Prospero Catalin.
Why are
Gotta do that. Wait, no, that's more Italian.
That's
What do
like
French people do?
Oh,
Prospero.
I think that's still Italian, dude.
Wait, no, French go right? Un baguette.
What?
I'm so sorry. Okay, never mind. Just ignore me over here. Just don't look at me. I do not want to be. I just don't want to be perceived right now. Just don't mind. Just
identify as invisible.
Just mind your own business over there. Just keep doing what you're doing. Forget everything I've said this entire episode. Just cut it all out in post. Just cut my entire anything I've said. Just cut it out. Anytime I talk, just cut. It doesn't matter.
We're keeping all of it. That's all they're getting is an unedited version.
She's like, actually, I'm never editing any episodes ever again.
Never, ever, ever. Oh God. That guy in 1822 and resembles a city more than a burial site.
Mm-hmm.
Much like living cities. Why do I put the name of this place in here? Recoleta is organized along strict social structure, and it is fair to say that homes in this case...
Mausoleums,
yeah, I would not have...
Do you know what a mausoleum is?
A museum for the dead?
I mean, basically, a mausoleum is an above-ground structure where they put the bodies in. So it's like a big box they put the bodies in.
So it's a crypt.
Yeah, crypt could also be a mausoleum, but crypt is like bigger. Mausoleum is usually for like a person or family. They're very popular in like Louisiana or places where like you can't bury the bodies under the ground, so they go above the ground.
So where like the French had the highest impact.
Yeah, there we go.
That's where they're at.
Yeah, probably. That sounds about right.
Great. So this was located along the main
Thoroughfare?
Yeah.
Word of the week. Thoroughfare. Actually, there are a lot of words that could be word of the week. It's fine.
It's the struggle bus today.
We're just struggle bussing over here. All I've had to eat is a chai, Dutch Bros, a nice chai, a muffin top, and then part of a giant cookie. I'm on so much sugar and caffeine right now. I need real food. I need like lettuce. Can someone airdrop me in some lettuce real fast?
Lettuce?
Hey, Jeffrey Bezos with Amazon, can you just drone me some lettuce over here, so I can eat something that's not sugar and caffeine?
Of all the things to choose, lettuce.
Okay, listen, I just need greens. You gotta have greens in your diet. Okay, I take broccoli too, or some. Ooh, you know, sounds really good. Grilled asparagus wrapped in bacon. Oh, delicious.
I don't like asparagus.
You don't like asparagus? Does it make your pee smell bad?
It's just a spur, I guess.
A spur? What does that mean?
It's a spare, I guess.
It's a spear?
It's a spare.
Oh, okay. Anyway, get back on topic. I'm just hungry over here. Don't mind me.
So,
thoroughfare
of the cemetery Los Cypresses. Yeah.
Cypresses.
We're more
coveted.
Coveted.
Oh gosh, we're gonna have to just completely repeat this entire sentence.
No, we got this. Then
we can do it together by sounding out the words.
DreamWorks make the team work.
DreamWorks.
Oh wait, isn't it?
No.
I can't even get that right.
Okay.
It's teamwork makes the dreams work.
Oh, what? And then you stole it. You know what? We're here for a good time. Should we go get some burritos and come back?
We might need some.
I know. We're gonna need something harder than that. Anyway,
so coveted than other further plug addresses. boy. I really hope this next bullet point's easier to get through.
We can get through it. We can do this together.
So, yellow fever in 1817 forced...
1870.
70.
Get your back straight.
Man.
Okay, breathe. Compose yourself.
1870 forced them out. At the time, residents were unsure if it was proximity to the river, mosquitoes, the new wave of European immigration, or living in close quarters that helped spread the disease.
How about all of the above? Answer D, all of the above.
I think that would be close quarters, immigration, disease, mosquitoes, and river. I think that'd be like
F. Answer choice F.
I don't think you get that many choices.
Well, this is standardized tax test.
Wait, they don't do
it's
STAR test now?
Yeah, I was going to say, they don't do tax tests.
It's the state of Texas of assessment and readiness.
How do you remember that?
I don't know.
I'm still stuck on tax test.
I think it's because I was helping my nephew with his homework last night.
That's sweet.
And it was...
Allison's over here doing goodwill.
Okay.
But yeah.
So all those, but they knew that their families were at risk if they stayed in those areas. They therefore looked north to where they had country homes and estates.
Nice.
Estes. Yeah. And moved to the area surrounding the, that cemetery, because I'm not saying that again.
Yeah. Interesting.
Where, ironically, they found better health and living conditions.
Wow. They moved close to a cemetery to live a better life. That's like me. I moved right next door to a cemetery, and now I have a better life. Well, I mean, I guess. I don't know.
I was going to be like, is that what you're calling it? You got plumbing issues, electrical problems?
They're all fixed for the most part. So the house is good.
Installation problems.
We're good. There's just no insulation at all. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So, unlike either one of our houses, this site extends over 14 acres and contains 4,691 vaults, all above ground.
Cool.
Yeah. 94 of these have been declared National Historic Monuments. And they vary in style depending on when they were built.
That makes sense.
The overground burial system is due to the fact that anything built underneath the ground is likely to rise back to the surface.
There you go. And that's why mausoleums are popular. Because they couldn't bury them in the ground, so they have to bury them on top of the ground.
But that's what the ground is for.
They can't put them in the ground. They'll just come up, and then you just have bone. You'll just have bone soup in your mud. Yum. You know what bone soup in your mud?
That's delicious.
The bones are their money.
Exactly.
No.
It's like a dog. You just gotta gnaw on it long enough, and it's great.
Disgusting. They gotta put them in little boxes to keep their bones safe. So no one steals their bones, and their bones stay where they're supposed to be. How would you like it if your bones were random places?
Good riddance.
That's how you get ghosts.
Good riddance.
That's how you get ghosts.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Good riddance for my crypt.
My crypt. Out.
It's gonna be nice and safe, and your house is gonna be haunted.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh well.
Cause and effect relationship.
Exactly.
There we go.
So, the cemetery is known to have some well-known people related to Argentina. Maria Eva Dortita de Perón. Yep. Very white, but she was the former first lady of Argentina who died in 1952 at the age of 33. And she's also buried in none other than the cemetery.
The cemetery.
At the Recoleta cemetery in Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires? What month were you born? Are you an Aries? Gross.
Actually, I'm not even Gemini. I was gonna say Gemini, but I'm not. I'm a Leo.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I feel like I've already said that before. But anyway.
So, in all, there are approximately 4,800 mausoleums, each of which normally hold up to 60 people. But now that cremation is more common, they can hold more.
because they just take their ashes and then put them in a little box, and then it's like a little drawer. You know, like those like apothecary drawers that like people have in their house. You just pull them out. And it's just like all your ancestors in little jars.
I don't think I want that.
Oh, you don't want that? Oh,
That's
okay.
a little scary. So many are still in use by wealthy families with long histories in the area. Though as of 1970, the cemetery was closed to additional construction. There is a fascination with a beautiful woman who died too young, including that former first lady.
Eva Peron.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
It has a
Eva
little accent mark.
Peron.
Peron.
Yep. But also young women killed by jealous lovers.
Ooh.
And one notable young woman who died on her honeymoon.
Oh no.
It's said to think of Recoleta just as a tourist attraction. Consider that it has become a vibrant center of art and design.
Oh wow.
With a nearby interior design shopping center, murals from well-known Argentina muralists. And it is fair to say that nearly everyone from the Buenos Aires, whatever.
You're doing a good job. You're doing good.
I'm glad one print
You
right.
got it. You got it.
Will have spent some time in the cemetery.
Wow.
From school kids that come on field trips to groups of friends and couples on dates, for informative talks for residents and simply a way to
In the afternoon.
Yeah, it's simply just a way to spend the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, there's too many words for that. But even in the economy of Argentina has its ups and downs since the 1860s.
There we go. Well, so that was all of the history.
Yep. So
I know it was a little bit of a struggle to get through it, but we got there in the end. And it's all that matters.
only just a whole lot more.
You know what time it is, right?
Commercial break?
Commercial break.
Oh, yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Spooky.
And on this week's commercial break,
For this commercial break, we're going to be talking about our sponsor for this week, Taco Bueno Aris. Taco Bueno Aris is my favorite Taco Bueno Aris. Taco Bueno has buenos of tacos, and their tacos are, in fact, muy bueno.
I've never been to Taco Bueno.
You've never been to Taco Bueno? We're going to Taco Bueno right after this episode.
But thanks for the non-existent sponsorship, Taco Bueno.
Thanks. But no, thanks. All right.
Hey.
Now we're back, and it's time to get into the hauntings.
Is that what we're getting into now?
Hauntinas, am I right? Because they're in Argentina. The Hauntinas. Okay, please forgive me. I'm calling the police on myself. 911, I would like to report a hate crime.
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, yes, I do not know how to speak no English or no other languages. Anyway, so now I'm gonna talk about some stories about some stuff that's haunted in the cemetery, and talk about some other stuff that's happening, and talk about some of the maybe previous things that Alison may have mentioned a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So first off, in 1902, Rufina, who was just 19 years of age, was found seemingly lifeless by her parents. So they just found her, and they're like, she seems that she has no life. And then
she's dead.
Well, we assume she's dead. Her passing was very sudden and shocking, giving her very young age of only 19. Yet doctors actually confirmed her death, and then her parents made arrangements for her body to be transported to the La Recoleta cemetery, where she would be interred. So interred is how your body is put in the mausoleums. So it's put in a cemented box, if that makes sense. So it's called interred. INTER. No turds, interreds. Interred. Oh, there you go. INTERRED. There you go. So That night that Rufina's body arrived at the cemetery, there was a terrible storm that rolled in, and her burial was actually postponed due to the heavy rain. Rufina was placed inside a coffin and then stored in the cemetery's chapel since they couldn't actually put her in the mausoleum. The next morning, staff in the chapel actually noticed that in her coffin, it had actually been disturbed, having moved slightly with the lid slightly ajar. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, no.
Rufina's already distraught parents were contacted and informed of the possible tampering of her poor dead daughter's body. They requested to cite her, fearing that grave robbers may have actually broken into her coffin and then tried to steal the valuable jewelry that she was buried with. So they think that like maybe someone had broken in. They're like, oh God, your dead daughter's body's been desecrated. Who knows what's happening, right?
Poor lady.
So when the coffin was open, Rufina's body was found bruised and bloody. The wood of the coffin encasing her had also been desperately scratched and clawed at. She was, in fact, alive.
Oh, no.
The terrible truth that Rufina had, in fact, been buried alive was then revealed. It was discovered that she had suffered from a rare medical condition, leaving her in a comatose state, fooling doctors into believing that she had, in fact, died. Dun, dun, dun.
And then the note says.
And then the note, in parentheses, from Alison, our dear note maker, said, this is beyond creepy and tragic. Close parentheses. Oh, that's so sad. This is why being buried alive is like top fear factor.
Thanks.
So Rufina is now laid to rest in the mausoleum that sports a likeness of her walking out of its door. Though many believe that she may not be resting with her spirit though, and she is now said to haunt the La Recoleta cemetery, where she spent her last hours panicking in fear as she was being laid to rest prematurely.
Oh no.
So yeah. Rufina is by far the cemetery's most famous ghost, and she's not the only ghost to haunt the cemetery.
Ooh.
The ghost of a former caretaker is also thought to roam the area. His name is David Alino. He actually worked at the cemetery for many years and always wished to be buried there. So this was his lifelong dream. And then after making arrangements and actually purchasing his lost, he then committed suicide. So like, this was all very purposeful.
Not the way to go, dude.
I mean,
not the way to handle that.
He was like, yeah, I've been working here for so long, you know, I'm just gonna, it's like, what is it where you're like, haha, you're already digging your own grave, am I right? You know, this is literally what happened. But yeah, so he purchased his lot, made all the arrangements, and then just killed himself. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm so sorry for laughing. But yeah, and then though he committed suicide, his apparition has never actually been sighted. However, there are unexplainable sounds of keys jingling. You know, just how, you know, like whenever you're like at school and you like are in like the bathroom where you like hear a teacher coming in, you can like hear like the keys jingling.
That is like a horrifying sound.
So they can hear the keys jingling of the previous caretaker, and it's said that he actually still roams the area, and he still watches over many of the graves at the cemetery. And
as my iPad takes a face point into the mic.
Please be careful. And then there are many other ghosts that hang around the beautiful graveyard, including the commonly cited woman in white.
You should see the
And again, ready for the note? In parentheses, again with the woman in white. For once, I want to see a woman in any other color. Why is it always a woman in white? I get it. Like ghosts, is it because like I want to know, like I want somebody to explain like the light spectrum to me and be like the only reason why you glow so in white.
It just makes me sad because they're all in white.
I know. Okay, like, but anyway, so another spirit, the woman in white. Anyway, so today the La Recoleta Cemetery of Buenos Aires is considered one of the most haunted places in Argentina. As previously mentioned, it is visited almost daily by hundreds of tourists, locals, and pretty much anybody that just wants to come hang out in a cool place. It is one of the most visited tourist attractions, and the most sought-after resident of La Recoleta is the most famous first lady in Argentine history, as previously mentioned, Eva Perón.
Yep.
Or Perón.
It's Eva.
It's Eva. So Eva, after undergoing an emergency hysterectomy, a partial lobotomy, and chemotherapy, finally succumbed to cervical cancer in 1952.
Oh no.
And so she is now buried in the cemetery. Her embalmed corpse had began an unpredictably strange journey, first being displayed in her former office for 2 years before a military coup actually deposed her husband and left her remains to the whims of the new government. So they murdered her husband, but then kept her body in the office. So her body was just chilling in her office.
I guess.
But yeah. And then the body disappeared from the world for about 16 years before it was revealed that she was secretly buried in Milan. You know, Milan, Italy. Totally away from Buenos Aires. And then her corpse was already damaged. So it was exhumed in 1971 and then flew to Spain, where it then spent a few years in Juan Perón's dining room. Yeah, I imagine like they just have like it's like their dining table, but it's like a big glass case and it's just like her body, and you just like put your dishes on top and you're just like, oh yes, we're having a good time. How are you doing in there, Eva? Oh yeah,
so you gotta get a little flavor.
I know. Oh, a little spice. But anyway, so she was just chilling in Juan's dining room. Juan and his third wife Isabel then returned to Argentina to become president and vice president respectively. And so they just were like, yeah, we've been having her chilling in our dining room. Guess it's time for us to go be president and vice president of Argentina now. Weird. But the thing is, they left her body. They like left her body in Spain. So they went to Argentina. Like they themselves, but they're like, oh, we'll leave Eva in the dining room table. So they left Eva in Spain until Juan died while he was in office in around 1974. And then Isabel Perón, who then became the new president, actually had her flown back into Argentina. Thank you, Isabel.
I know, right?
Why does it take a woman to do a man's job? Wait, how does it go? Yeah, that's what it says.
I think so.
Yeah. You always got to have a woman do it. Oh, you don't have men do women's jobs. I don't know. Something like that. Something about feminism. Something about women. Insert quote about women here. Oh, okay, great. But yeah, so Isabel then finally had her flown back to Argentina for her final resting place to be with her dead husband. So yeah.
Oh.
And then did the Argentina government finally place her in La Recoleta a full 22 years after she had died. She was not put in the cemetery until 22. That is like my entire life.
Devils.
Devils. But yeah. And then, so now she's the most famous person that people go see. As mentioned before, there are plenty of other spectators and spirits in the cemetery. Maybe one day we can go to Buenos Aires and have a little picnic and check out the graves. Funny story. So me and my husband, we actually went on a little cemetery walk yesterday. And we live right next to the Oakwood Cemetery, as previously mentioned. So we went through a little walk and said hi to some of the little headstones that were there. And I've been like on Tombstone Reclamation TikTok, where they like talk about where they like restore gravestones, you know? Yeah. And so I learned, and these are just a few facts, that if there is a lamb on the headstone, it usually means it's a child. because it signifies innocence. And so if you see a lamb on top of a headstone, you can usually assume it's a child that's buried there. And then if there is a rose or a rose bud, like a little rosebud that's probably cut, it means cut down in your prime. So usually it was a young person, often a baby, or again, a child. So yeah. So that's a little graveyard facts for you. But anyway, and then, if it's so now the Recoleta Cemetery is open during the day, and all week long. It's free to enter. There's actually guided tours that you can take, so you can get a little guide to carry you around. And it's recommended to take a map and check the maps that are on display so you don't get lost and then become one with the graveyard.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that is all of our hauntings for today. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of The Poltergals.
Oh.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Go check out all of our social medias
at _Poltergals.
I think Instagram, I might just be the Poltergals.
It's fine. We're just the Poltergals.
Yeah.
Find us.
Yeah.
You know where to find us. We know where to find you.
We're also on YouTube, so.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on all of the podcasted places where you get your podcast is. And coming to your ears soon will be Haunting You.
Oh.
Haunting you straight through your ears.
Oh, no.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. You've been listening to The Poltergals,
a Rogue Media Network podcast.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.